Hello, this is BBC News. I'm Susan Osman. 17 American soldiers are killed in a helicopter crash in northern Iraq. The death toll in the Russian siege rises to 330. Relatives grieve as bodies, including 155 children. Terror alert hits flights to America. British Airways and Air France cancel services after warnings that Al-Qaeda may strike. Hello, this is BBC News. I'm Susan Osman. Jamaicans are counting the cost of Hurricane Ivan, which has left a trail of devastation across the island. Greg Dyke, who resigned as Director General of the BBC on Thursday, has accused Downing Street of unfair criticism of the corporation during the Iraq conflict. He's released a letter which he wrote to the Prime Minister during the war in reply to complaints from Number 10 about the BBC's coverage. Hello, this is BBC News. I'm Susan Osman. Well, some breaking news this lunchtime. Reports are coming in from Baghdad of a massive car bomb outside a restaurant in northern Baghdad. These are our latest pictures from the scene. Iraqi police say they believe more than 50 people have been caught up in the blast. Matt Fry, thanks for joining us. China has ordered the vaccination of millions of poultry in an attempt to try to contain an outbreak of bird flu, a deadly virus capable of crossing to humans. More than 50 people have died in Southeast Asia since the most recent outbreak began last year. Well, today's move will see... It's 1:15, the main news again. A voluntary ban in some pubs on happy hour promotions. And back in bloom, the Chelsea Flower Show prepares to open its gates. Well, to find out if it's gardening weather, here's Isabel Lang.
Thanks very much, Susan. Well, actually, it's not too bad across southeastern areas for those of you.
Thanks, Isabel. At 1:30, a reminder of our top story. There's been major disruption to BBC television and radio programmes today as thousands of journalists and technicians stage a 24-hour strike. That's all from the 1 o'clock news this Monday lunchtime. Good afternoon. This is BBC News 24, I'm Susan Osman. Japanese police have confirmed that the remains of a woman found in a seaside cave are those of Lucy Blackman. The 22-year-old disappeared in July while working as a hostess in a Tokyo bar. Detectives say a man accused of drugging and raping a number of women will now be charged in connection with her murder. And coming up a little later on in the programme, the multi-million-dollar tourist Mark Shuttleworth books into his space hotel.
New Smyrna Beach, Florida.
Well, let's go live now to Daniel in Florida. Daniel, this is the largest evacuation in state history, and judging from you at the moment, it looks pretty windy. What more can you tell us at the moment?
If you're in a house or in some sort of a situation here where you don't have an opportunity to take shelter, you're simply going to get blown away.
Well, we saw the lights go on you a moment ago, Daniel, but millions are still without electricity, of course, aren't they? And coming up a little later on in the programme, not one to wriggle out of a challenge, how this man wormed his way into the record books. Well, we're waiting to join a live news conference where the Prime Minister will be joining us, but with us now is security analyst Dan Blesh. Dan, what do you think is being said behind closed doors between these two leaders?
Well, I think that the public statements don't have too much to do with what actually they're spending their time talking about. Inspections. If they go into the country, they will have to establish...
Dan, I'm going to leave you now because we're going to join the Prime Minister now, Tony Blair, who is giving a news conference now at Andrews Air Force Base.
As you would expect.
This is BBC News and I'm Susan Osman.